Welcome back. We're continuing to get you all the live updates from the ground on the impact of the Bharat Bandh. And again, it's the Aam Aadmi that's bearing the brunt of this bandh that's been called by the farmers. Thousands of people who left their homes in the morning to head to their offices have been stuck in a massive traffic jam in different parts, particularly of the national capital. You can see here the kind of security that's gathered, barricading on in several places, road closures. Let's tell you about what's happening at the Delhi-Gurugram border. You see on your screens how so many vehicles have been stuck in this never-ending traffic jam. Bumper-to-bumper traffic, cars are moving at a snail's pace. Vehicular traffic coming from Delhi is badly affected. Other border areas of the national capital connecting with Uttar Pradesh as well as Haryana also impacted because of the fact that many of these highways have been closed. Traffic jams have also been reported at the DNT, the Delhi-Noida Direct Flyway, which links Delhi to Noida. So all of these places, essentially, if you're traveling out of Delhi or into Delhi, you're going to be 100% facing a problem, as traffic snarls are being reported in most of these parts. It's peak hour, people trying to head to their workspaces. It's going to be a challenge with traffic snarls being reported for hours together right now. Let's take this across to our reporters to tell you what's happening on the ground. Ashutosh Mishra is joining us from the Ghazipur border in Delhi. Manjeet Sehgal is reporting from Chandigarh-Ambala highway. Ashutosh, to you first. A traffic mess on the outskirts of Delhi. Anyone looking to travel outside of the national capital is facing a huge issue right now.
Well, it's almost an uphill task to enter the national capital, particularly from the bordering area. So even at Ghazipur, as we know, the most of the traffic, the influx that we see from Ghaziabad, Indirapuram, Noida, at least from the National Highway 24, since it has been blocked by the farmers, one side was open through, the Ghazipur area, the one axis which was open. Now even the other side, which is taking back from Delhi to Uttar Pradesh, parts of Uttar Pradesh, has also been blocked. At the same time, all the roads, NH9, NH24, NH58 is also going to be blocked in some time. And as we speak, would probably have been blocked by the farmers. So there will be a huge protest led by Naresh Tikait, the elder brother of Rakesh Tikait, in Muzaffarnagar. So it has been an uphill task for the people, those who are heading towards their offices, to their institutions. And subsequently, it will be also, it is going to be quite easier when they will be returning back. This entire protest will be lifted at 3. As farmers leader Rakesh Tikait, you heard saying, this is the blockade, this is not a sealing, we are not sealing towns, but you impose any Bharat Bandh call, certainly it affects the life of the daily commuters, those who are going to their offices, the schools, or other for the essential duty. However, this is also to note that we have seen the emergency vehicles, be it the fire van or the ambulances, they have been allowed passage even through the blockade areas. They easily open the barricades and now ambulances to pass. This is what we have seen, and thus we have reporting. But at the same time, the daily commuters are facing almost a difficult time this morning.
Let me also find out from Manjeet, what's the situation in parts of Punjab? Manjeet, road closures being reported there too. Many of the highways have been closed down because of protests. I also understand that, you got some bank services being partially shut. What about public transport? How really is the common man's life being impacted in Punjab because of this bandh?
Well, Akshita, the farmers have not only blocked the roads but also the railway tracks. The life has come to a standstill and people are not able to move from their houses. Some who managed to come on the roads were asked to go back. Only the ambulances and the students who have exams today are being allowed to move. But some of the people who are carrying the ill relatives or were on their own private vehicles had to struggle with the protesters who were asked to go back as they were not traveling in ambulances. Ambulances were being allowed and the staff working in hospitals is also being allowed. On my right side you can see this is the Chandigarh-Ambala highway where the farmers, who have also been joined by various other trade unions, by the CI2, C2 and other labor unions, they are shouting slogans against the union government, block the entire highway, not allowing the movement of the vehicles. So this has impacted their life in general. People were not able to go to their offices. The markets are shut, the schools are shut, educational institutions are shut. The farmers say the shutdown will be effective from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. and they will not allow any vehicle to move on the roads. Some railway traffic has also been affected by the protesters. So in Punjab, be it Haryana, the shutdown appears to be partially successful as the normal life was badly hit. The worst hit are the daily wagers who earn their calling by earning their daily wages. They were not allowed to move. They were compelled to sit idle. This is the area where laborers sit to get the daily jobs. You can see some of them are still sitting idle. They were not able to get the work today. So this particular section of the society has been hit hard. Some pavement sellers who also on their calling are selling the things on the pavements have also not been allowed to open. So this is how the life has come to a standstill in Punjab and Haryana, where the farmer unions are protesting against the three contentious farm laws. Akshita.
Right, so the maximum impact of the Bandh perhaps is being felt in states like Punjab and Haryana. But in cities like Delhi, it's more of a concerns over traffic and the fact that people are unable to commute from one place to another because of road closures. And it's not just, the outskirts of Delhi. We've also gotten an alert from the police about how roads leading up to Red Fort, because of what happened on Republic Day, the tractor rally that led to violence in parts of the national capital. So roads leading up to the Red Fort have also been closed as a precautionary measure. But so far, farmer unions have assured that there's no question of any sort of violence breaking out or of any farmers protesting within the national capital. All of it is happening on the borders. None of them are making attempts to enter Delhi, keeping in mind what happened on Republic Day. So the farmer unions here have also assured that that there will be no violence. But a bandh always leads to inconvenience, as you can see here on your screens as well. But let's get right down to it as to exactly why we're seeing this kind of a protest, this Bharat Bandh today. What is it that, we've seen the stalemate over between the farmer unions and the government? Now, here's one of the objections that they've been raising time and again, which is that the new laws, the farm laws, dismantle the MSP system, the minimum support price. The government has said time and again, there's no such thing, that MSP will be there, is staying, will always be there, and it also gives more money, more income to farmers. Besides that, farmer unions have also said that big corporate houses will take over their businesses, that from the current reforms, corporates stand to benefit. The government has said very clearly that it is the farmers who are the #1 beneficiaries of these reforms, that they will get more options to sell their produce and thereby they will benefit. Now, the farmer unions have also said that small-time farmers will lose their land. The government has said that the farm laws in no way snatches away land from anyone, that there's no provision whatsoever that will mean that people will lose their land. Now, another objection that's been raised is that the government will disband mandi system. Mandis will no longer be there for farmers to sell their produce. The government has said that mandis will stay. Farmers will get more buyers outside of mandis as well. So the government is saying that the farmers have the option to choose the mandi system or to go ahead and sell outside of it. So this is where the stalemate lies, and this is why we've been seeing this endless deadlock over this issue. Now, interestingly, there's a lot of politics that's also playing out over this Bharat Bandh that's been called by the Samyukt Kisan Morcha. It's gotten support from a number of political parties, particularly, of course, the opposition. More than a dozen political parties, including the Congress, SP, BSP, YSRCP, the DNK, they've all extended their support to the Bharat Bandh. The Congress and BSP, they've lashed out at the BJP so far over the farmer protest. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, in a tweet, said that farmers' non-violent satyagraha is intact and the exploitation of the government does not like it. Jaiveer Shargil has also hit out at the BJP and said that the Bharat Bandh protest marks 1 year of the farmers' resilience to the BJP tyranny. He also said that the BJP government's dream of Kisani Mukt Bharat will never be fulfilled. The Congress has asked all of its workers, state unit chiefs and heads to take part in the Bharat Bandh. At least 6 state governments, Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, Kerala, Punjab, Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh, they've all announced their support to the protest. But as far as the Bandh impact is concerned, it's largely restricted to the North Indian states. Let's take this back across to our reporters on the ground. Ashutosh as well as Manjeet Sehgal are with us. Ashutosh, a number of political parties who have extended their support to the Bharat Bandh. Are we also seeing political parties joining in the agitation right now? Not sure if Ashutosh is with us. Let me take that question across to Manjeet Sehgal. Manjeet, in a state like Punjab, where the Congress is in power, is the impact of the Bandh being felt a lot more because Congress also has joined the agitation and extended their support?
Yes, Akshita, not only the Congress but Shiromani Akali Dal, Aam Aadmi Party, besides other small parties, have announced their support to the farmers, particularly the nationwide shutdown call. Even these parties have also announced their support, logical support, but the farmer unions have kept them at bay. They are not allowing any political party to enter their venues, so they have tried to keep it apolitical so far. But the parties, in Punjab, where assembly elections are scheduled to be held in 2022, political parties are eyeing the farming community, which have been angered by these three contentious farm laws. So, be it the Congress, which had brought three bills to negate these farm laws. Besides, the Shiromani Akali Dal had already announced that they will not allow implementation of these laws if they are able to form the government. They have even announced that the MSP, the ambit of MSP will be extended to other crops as well. 22 crops have been announced that these crops will be brought under the ambit of MSP in Punjab. Akali Dal each eyeing a comeback in Punjab. Besides Akali Dal, the Congress party has announced various hopes for the farmers. The sugarcane prices were increased recently, which are now higher than Haryana. So all political parties which are not ruling are eyeing the farmers, which form a majority of the vote bank in Punjab. So they are out to extend their support to the protesting farmers who have been demanding repeal of the three contentious farm laws from last 10 months. Remember, this 27th of September marks the first year of the three contentious laws when they were passed by the President of India. Finally had given his assent to these laws. So political parties are out to woo the farming communities as elections are being held in Punjab.
Right, Manjeet, thank you for joining us with those details. We'll keep coming across to you to understand really what the situation is on the ground. Let's listen in to what sub-commuters had to say. Many of them are struggling right now to reach their workplaces, to reach anywhere, because they're stuck in hours long of traffic snarls because of this Bandh. Again, remember that the impact of this Bandh is being felt on you and I. It's the common man who suffers every single time this kind of a protest takes place. Here's what commuters said.
किसानों ने भारत बंद का आह्वान किया तो जाम लगा, उस पर क्या कहना है आपका?
सर, ये बेकार की चीज़ें हैं, इसमें कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है। गवर्नमेंट जो कर रही है वो ढंग का कर रही है। किसान अपना पॉलिटिक फ़ायदा निकालने के लिए सब कर रहे हैं।